What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Out Here LB. My name is Jeff Wadley,
I'm Jennifer Ben.
and welcome to the first episode of 2022. We made it. And that is saying a lot because of what's going on with the pandemic and people that we know no longer here. It is truly a blessing to come to you in 2022. It's hard to mention people who have passed and being here because it's kind of a heavy subject. But we are our hearts definitely go out to those who have passed due to COVID and other things. But we are definitely grateful to be coming back to you in 2022. So today, what we're going to talk about is actually we were kind of going back and forth on the few things that we were going back and forth on talking about, and we were kind of not really sure what to talk about. But I guess we were going to talk about student loans. We were going to talk about some stuff that was going on in Jacksonville, Florida. That's kind of dark. Well, I mean, my whole thing I want to talk about the thing in Jacksonville is kind of like what's going on with our youth.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Not necessarily the Jacksonville situation because it's not only in Jacksonville, Florida that we have violence. There's a lot of violence going on in Chicago. There's a lot of violence that's going on right here in Los Angeles. So that's kind of what my take on that was. But that was like 2 weeks ago that we wanted to talk about that.
Yeah.
But I guess if we're just kind of be organic and let the way lead itself, we were actually talking a lot today about Kevin Samuel. Now, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Kevin Samuel, but Kevin Samuel is a life coach slash image consultant. And I guess his thing now is to discuss relationships. And, like Jennifer and I watch him occasionally because we are in a relationship. And so it's interesting to hear his take on modern women and the modern relationship. But I guess we kind of found ourselves today talking a little bit about, I guess, some of his motives. You know what I mean? And if you're not familiar with Kevin Samuel, it's probably a good idea that you check him out. He has a YouTube channel, and he also has a Facebook and Instagram, that sort of thing. But if you don't know him, his content is basically revolving around relationships, more of like high value. What exactly is a high value man? I don't know if you've ever heard the term high value man before, but apparently a high value man, in his opinion, is a man who makes over $100,000 a year and has options as far as with women. So I guess this whole thing is that, setting women straight who think that they are supposed to by default have a high value man, and or setting straight men who think that they can work and make average money and who think that they're gonna get a bad, I guess they call them a bad bitch, a high value woman, which is a woman who has a lot of beauty. Um, um, that's pretty accurate, right? As far
as what, like his content?
yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, but I'm the kind of person, I tend to, as I'm listening to people give me advice, I tend to also listen to where they're coming from. And I think that even though a lot of what Kevin Samuel says is on point, sensing his energy, I kind of tend to think that Kevin Samuel comes from a kind of a like a hurt place or a damaged place. And that's not far of a stretch because we're all damaged. We all come from some form of damage, especially those of us who are 30 and older, 25 and older. Life starts to weigh on you a bit, and you start to find yourself having a little bit of damage. However, I'm noticing more and more that it seems like Kevin Samuel likes to argue a lot. Um, he'll have women on, and some women who kind of have valid points. I tend to think that not every woman is going to find a suitable husband in today's world. So it's probably a good idea for for women to keep being educated, keep advancing themselves, regardless of what a man thinks or regardless of what a man approves of, because if the chances are you're not going to find a suitable man, why should you be sitting around waiting your life and not having a life you want because you think some man's going to come and rescue you? I mean, what do you think?
Yeah, I agree. Like, I was saying earlier, especially in the Black community, how, there are a lot of us, Black Americans, who come from a lot of traumatic, toxic type situations. I mean, it's more common than not, and, I feel like this whole thing about, the modern woman and everything, I mean, a lot of Black women, like I said, don't have a choice. Like, if you don't want to starve, if you don't want to live in extreme poverty, if you don't, a lot of times, we don't have a choice, but to take care of ourselves. And I mean, does that mean we do not deserve to be treated properly or deserve love or,
I mean, look,
affection? I don't know,
I tend to equate it to somebody wiping your behind in the bathroom. It's like everybody's responsible for wiping their own behind in the bathroom. So it goes with your life. Mm-hmm. You are responsible for your development. Yeah. You are responsible for your needs being met. You are responsible for your health and the working out and what you eat. And I think if you find love, amazing. I think if you find love, that makes your life even better. But I think taking action or not taking action because you anticipate one day something's going to happen that has to do with another person's cooperation with what you think, I think that's kind of barking up the wrong tree in a way.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I agree. I mean, I think that's like one of the problems I have with it is like a lot of like the talk these days is like, you don't, you deserve love if you do this.
Right.
You gotta make money. I guess supposedly for the man, you gotta make money. You gotta, pay for my life. You gotta do whatever. And if you don't have that, and with women, it's the same thing. It's like you gotta have a good body. You gotta be gentle. You gotta do all this, in order for me to love you. And I mean, and before let me clarify, I'm not saying that like if you have love in your heart for somebody, that you shouldn't do those things for each other, but just to make it a transaction,
look,
like
look,
I don't know.
right. I mean, I tend to look. Here's the thing. It's like, call me old fashioned. I tend to think that. I tend to think that relationships. I tend to think that they should be. Excuse me, y'all. I tend to think that relationships should center around love.
Yeah.
And I think that no one is talking about love.
Well, and I think that these are what's behind like the Kevin Samuels and other like feminist and masculine, influencers, is people trying to, I guess they're teaching like how people should love themselves first, because maybe you have a lot of people who watch these things.
Look. Let me say this, like, like, if I don't love you, I'm not doing shit for you. I don't care what society says I should do. If I don't like you, I ain't doing nothing for you. So it all starts with like and love.
Mm-hmm.
And now, if I got a baby or a family, if I got responsibilities, I should take care of my responsibilities. But nobody's going to dictate to me what I'm going to do for the next person.
Yeah.
And so I'm saying, if I love you, I'm going to go out of my way for you. Mm-hmm. If I don't love you, I'm not doing shit.
Right. So I think that's why. But see, now the thing about that, like, if you don't love yourself, you're going to love people, you're going to gravitate toward people who love you on the level you love yourself. You know what I'm saying?
But that's kind of what I'm saying, is that I don't think anybody's talking about love in any capacity. Mm-hmm. I don't think they're talking about loving themselves. I don't think they're talking about loving other people. I think they're talking about, people say things like, what are you going to bring to the table? Mm-hmm. And like, okay, if I'm starting a business with somebody, I can see me having that discussion. What are you bringing to the table? If I'm going on a trek or a long journey and I got to pick somebody going on a long journey with me, I can see me saying, what are you going to bring to the table? And I can see marriage and relationships being like, kind of like that.
Yeah, it's always an exchange.
Like, I do believe that there's some level, the deeper you go into it, there should be expectations of, you should give what you have to give. Mm-hmm. But I think that there's so many heartbroken, and make no mistake about it, is that a lot of the negativity and a lot of the energy that comes from a Kevin Samuels or a feminist or masculine influencer is heartbreak. A lot of the energy is heartbreak I'm sensing. It's since I did somebody right, I treated somebody the way customary expectations is for me to treat them, and I was done wrong. I got my feelings hurt. A woman betrayed me. A woman cheated on me. So I understand that. You know what I mean? I understand putting yourself in a position to take more time to make better choices. I get taking your time. I get getting to know someone before you take them on a trip to the Bahamas. Unless you just that kind of dude, you want to take somebody on a trip to Bahamas. And I think if you're gonna do something for somebody, it should come from your heart.
Yeah.
If you want to buy a girl a bag, buy her a bag. Don't buy her a bag because you want to get sex from her. You know what I'm saying? Buy her a bag because she cool and you like her, and you go now. If you buying her bag means you not gonna pay your rent, then you got some areas in your life you need to fix for your responsibility. And if a person wants you to take your rent money and spend it on the bag, you with the wrong person, because that person don't care about your life and your needs. Mm-hmm. But I think far too many times people are jumping into situations so fast. And look, I'm gonna just say this thing, and most people ain't really gonna like it, but I'm gonna say it like, I'm not a religious person. I'm not overly religious, but marriage is a religious institution, Marriage is if you call yourself a Christian, marriage is a Christian institution. If you call yourself a Muslim or Jewish person, marriage is a reflection of the institution that you claim to be a part of. And to be honest, most of these people that get involved in relationships, they don't have no concept of spirituality. They have no concept of their religious standing in the community. They have no aspect on they have no aspect about contributing to a community that is based in religion. You know what I mean? I mean, like, take a white dress, for instance. A white dress is supposed to represent a virgin, which ain't none of us virgins. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not really sure what the black tuxedo is supposed to represent, but the point I'm trying to make is there's a lot in marriage that have to do with symbolism. And we're not interested in any of the staples of marriage. You know, we're not. You have people that'll sit and promise before a preacher that they don't believe in, mind you, to stay with a person for richer, for poorer, for sickness and health, in any condition. I promise to stay with you. But as soon as some shit go wrong, I'm out the door. As soon as she get fat, I'm out the door. I'm sleeping with another woman. As soon as she have kids and her vagina is not in the condition it was before she had kids, I want to abandon this person. You know what I mean? This is the person you chose. Like I for one don't think people should be treated like products. Now, yeah, like, you don't want nobody that's gonna leave you in a poorhouse. You don't want nobody that don't care about your personal interests. But it's like, I think you have all these heartbroken men and heartbroken women sitting around talking about all men and sitting around talking about all women because we're choosing people based on a consumer type of interaction. Right. Like you would pick an alarm system, or like you would pick a dog, or like you would pick a car. You're sitting here like, oh, it's got air conditioning, it's got good tires. It's like people are not products. And if you don't have the capacity to love a person at their worst, the person get hurt, the person lose their job, the person, you know what I'm saying? We all getting older, which means we all gonna start developing some shit, whether you like it or not. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers gonna start, they dick ain't gonna be working as well. You know what I'm saying? Like a woman, she may not have the same level of, lubrication that you like.
Oh man, cut.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like people's eyesight go, their hearing go. And it's like, if you think you're gonna be young forever, my G, you got the wrong, you know what I mean?
I can't do this.
And if you're not willing to meet somebody that you can grow with and you can get to know them, because people are a whole different bag. Anything you dealing with in your life, your mate is not a product. Can you love this person? Can you love them at their best? Can you love them at their worst? Can you handle if they're successful?
Now I can say I do understand, like, people, because at the core of it, it's people looking at, I guess, your habit and your patterns and seeing if they, like, okay, for instance, when someone says they're not going to date somebody broke, like a broke man, like a woman says that, she's looking at, do you have your finances in order? You know what I'm saying?
And you know what?
I get that.
But that's as far as that conversation go.
But on a toxic level, it's like, I'm only gonna, date.
I mean, look,
I'm looking for rich men. I'm gonna do that at any cost.
I get that, because that goes both ways. Right. You don't want to get with a woman that's got all this debt, because that can be your debt. And you don't want to get with a dude that's got all this debt, because it's going to be your debt. But the same thing.
Like, maybe he's looking at her and saying, oh, she's out of shape, she doesn't have a good body. I don't want that in the long term. For me,
But I get that. But that's not where that needs to stop. You need to ask yourself, what habits does this person have?
Sure.
What, not just what spending habits do they have? What are their eating habits? Are they on cocaine? Are they, you know what I'm saying? Is this person rude? It's like, it's not all about money and body.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like there's so many people talking about, is she fat? Does he have money? Do the nigga got hemorrhoids? I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, can he pee straight?
I mean, everybody has different criteria.
Does his breath stink? Because whether you realize it or not, all that's currency. Money ain't the only currency. You feel me? And you may be able to give some money back if a nigga breath don't stink. After you get with him, you may be willing to give some of that money back if the nigga dick work. If like, man, I'll get back 100,000 if your dick work right, because you know, Rollo, that nigga made 50,000, but his dick worked well. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's not. It's not just a. I'm trying to tell y'all, it's not just people. In my opinion, need to take a different approach of how they're evaluating. You know what I mean? Their mates. Is your woman? Is she down for you? Is she gonna make you feel like shit every time you have an idea? You know, she may have a big old ass, but if every time you come with her with an idea of a business you got, and she looking at you like, nigga, you better keep that job. That ain't a broad you won't, OG. Trust me. You know what I'm saying? Because you may need to be advancing, but this broad is stuck in get a job and keep a job. How can you advance and be the man that you need to be if you gonna keep a job? You may need to go broke for 3 months so you could put your money into an investment that's gonna pay you back, so all y'all get rich. But if all she worried about is the here and now and she don't trust your vision, you know what I'm saying? But the same thing may be for your broad. What if your lady, what if she is a hell of a cook and she cook real good and she got what it takes to be on the next American Chef, or are you gonna hold her back because she about to be successful and you not, because her success is gonna be your success? You know what I'm saying? Are you gonna say, well, nah, you know, all you know how to cook is sweet potatoes and greens. Nobody want that. Or are you gonna be like, yeah, baby, you know what I'm saying? I love your cornbread. You know what I'm saying? It's just, there's more to money. There's more to currency than just money, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
It's some stuff that got some better exchange rates than just money. And I think people are too busy. You know, I think you need to use your third eye and there need to be more spiritual and what's called intuitive engagement when you looking at people outside of just how big her titties is and how young. Now, me personally, like, I get the whole older man, younger woman thing, but I don't want no younger woman, because what the fuck am I talking to a younger woman about? The bitch is 22 years old.
Okay, that's it.
Look,
is cut here.
I
can't even.
The broad is 22 years old. What am I going to talk to her about?
I'm done.
And it's like, if you think you a man, if you think you're going to be sexing your whole life, you not. And if you pick a broad based on she like the sex and you like the sex, nigga, what's gonna happen when you turn 65 years old? Is she gonna start sleeping with somebody her age? Cause I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think people are not thinking in law. Everybody is in this now. What's in style? I want the newest iPhone. I want the iPhone 5 works. Just matter of fact, the iPhone 5 was the best iPhone they came out with. And every iPhone they came with after the 5 has paled in comparison. So just because it's the latest model don't mean it's the best. You feel me? So all I'm saying is that when we are making choices about mates, there's more to high value than a man's wallet, because he could have a lot of money. And don't get me wrong, I want a lot of money, but just because a man has a lot of money, that may be his license to feel like he can whip your ass. You know what I'm saying? And Are you going to subject yourself to a man who degrades you and does things to you because he got a little bit more money than the $50,000 a year dude? The $50,000 a year dude may worship the ground you walk on. And that nigga make it a side hustle just to make sure you have what you need. You know what I'm saying? Where the $1 million dude may feel like, well, I own you, so shut the hell up, and I ain't gonna never tell you any of my ideas because you don't deserve it because you're stupid because you're only 22, 22 years old. What the fuck am I talking to you for my ideas about for? I'm sorry, what?
Nothing. I didn't say anything.
Anyway, I'm just, that's my take on it, and that's why I don't believe in this harem. I'm gonna go buy me a broad. It's like, oh, I got money, now I'm gonna go buy me a 25-year-old. It's like, I think that's a miserable existence. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not unfamiliar with women. You feel me? Like, I'm not unfamiliar. And being around people who you got to be around you because you had something to offer them is one of the worst feelings in the world than being around people who are into you because you are you. And I think the issue is that not enough men understand self-love and self-appreciation where they feel like I gotta con somebody to be around me. How do you trust somebody that you conning to be around you with your money? You know what I'm saying? That's why a lot of those relationships tend to be toxic. Because as soon as you fall down in your luck, you don't understand the concept of trust. You don't understand the concept of loyalty. Because who's loyal to you? You didn't pay for everybody to be around you. I mean, I think that's kind of what we kind of mentioned in the R. Kelly conversation. Is nobody's checking R. Kelly because everybody wants something from the dude. You know what I mean? I mean, if he had real ones around, it would tell him, hey man, leave them little 16-year-old girls alone. He probably wouldn't be in jail today. You know what I'm saying? So, I know you got some thoughts.
No more thoughts. I don't have any more thoughts.
I know you have some.
I don't.
Come on now.
I really don't.
This don't have to go out. I can edit. Jesus Christ, you're acting like this is live.
But I'm not sure where some of it's going.
It don't matter.
I don't know.
We can do another video. What does it matter? We'll just relax.
I don't know what else to say though about it. I don't disagree with.
Well, say that then.
Some of the stuff.
Well, say that. Say what you agree or disagree with.
Oh, it's too long. I'm sorry.
I can cut it, woman. Okay. What is wrong with you? You got liberties. You got like we live on camera right now.
I mean, my whole thing is just I feel like if we're talking about Kevin Samuel's motives, like I understand he is trying to do a service to people who need more self-esteem. I get that part, but it can go to the extreme, and it can turn dark.
I think it is dark,
and be that.
I mean,
that stuff that you were talking about.
I mean,
I just
look. I like Kevin Samuel, but I think that a lot of us are missing the point of relationships. And I think that's why so many of us are crashing and burning. You know what I mean? Because we think that other people should exist for our needs.
Right. And
we are not understanding that. I mean,
it's like a lot of us, we have a lot of healing to do. And, you can't connect with.
If you come into my life because of your needs.
What I was going to say.
I mean, look, if I even detect that you're around me because of your needs, look, basically what I'm trying to say is it's like we should all have the spirit to serve each other. That's the point. The point is to love and be loved.
Sure.
And you are not a human if you ain't loving and nobody's loving you. Yeah. If you making it rain and you all about getting your dick touched on You need counseling. You know what I'm saying? If you think that that's what life is about, because that's what I don't hear none of these people talking about serving. Mm-hmm. If you talk about serving abroad, you a simp, nigga. What are you living for?
But that part comes from serving, like loving yourself. You know,
cousin.
That's how it comes from.
If you think a woman exists to serve you, and you think because a man thinks that serving a woman, I don't even want a woman around me who is going, if I do something nice for her, she think I'm simping or she gonna disrespect me. What is that person even doing around you to begin with? Mm. That's a reflection on your character and your lack of decision making skills. But if you got people around you can't trust, that's on you. You know what I'm saying? Well, a woman needs to love me more than I love her. I mean, what's the point of that?
I don't know.
I mean, I'm saying, yeah. I mean, because if you ain't got the strength to love, because to love is not a weakness. If you ain't got the strength to love, you need to be going to get yourself strengthened. Either you need to find religion or become a Buddhist. You need to be somewhere getting your spirit right. Because relationships are about love. And if you ain't getting into a relationship to love, you ain't got your spirit right. And I ain't talking about letting nobody take advantage of you and taking all your money. I'm talking about loving each other. You know what I'm saying? Because if you love the person, you're not going to put too much weight on them. And if they love you, they ain't going to let too much weight. I'm talking about taking care of each other. And I ain't talking about taking care of each other just with money. I'm talking about taking care of each other in every way. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's like, just because it's the woman's role to cook, you can't cook, nigga? I mean, because they say I ain't supposed to be cooking, nigga. That's some simp shit. Nigga, what is this? 18, nigga, like?
Okay.
Nigga, if you don't clean the bathroom, you don't clean up behind your grown ass. If you go in anywhere in the house, and you fuck it up, and you expect anybody, this is your woman included, you expect for your woman to, if the woman, if she's a stay-at-home wife and she a homemaker or whatever, okay, then whether she pays somebody to clean the house or she clean it herself, that's the responsibility that she took on, is to clean the house. But that don't mean, nigga, you go in there and drop your socks and drop your shoes and just, you know what I'm saying, like, yeah, bitch, clean it up. Like, what kind of person are you?
Okay, that's it. I'm done.
What kind of person are you, Playboy? You grown. Nigga, if you don't wipe your ass properly, it's men out here that don't even want to wipe their behind because they think it's gay for me to put my hand in my butt and wipe.
It's been
Nigga, if you don't wipe your fucking ass and stop playing games, make sure your asshole is clean.
That's it.
If you stop walking around here with your ass stinking, talking about men don't wipe their ass. Hey, you feel me? I'm trying to address.
Unhook my mic. I'm done.
I'm trying to. We may have two more episodes. We may have 2 more episodes to film. Mm-hmm. Anyway, the point is, y'all, we need to have more of a loving. As black people, we are. I think as black people, we are a more spiritual based people. But I think in our pursuit to want more in the world, we have become lovers of money. There ain't nothing wrong with going after what you want and going after your dreams and all that kind of stuff, but that should not be at the cost of your soul. And it should not be at the cost of the essence that makes you who you are. The essence that makes you special. The essence that makes the culture that everybody wants to imitate. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause people see black love and say, man, black love. There's a reason why people see black love and be like, man. Not because the bitch got a bag, a fucking Bergen. What the fuck? Like, that's not why people say that. It's because of the level of care that we have for, the level of care black men have for their women, of the care, or the level of care a black woman shows her man traditionally. So I just think that, like, that's what we need to focus on. And, I get if your heart's been broken, you need to take some time out to get yourself right, see a counselor, get yourself a counselor. But to go out into the world after you've been hurt and think all women is out to fucking, make a fool out of you, that's an issue. You know what I mean? And I think we all could agree to that. And so instead of going out here and getting more women and hurting more people and hurting yourself more and damaging yourself more, maybe you should, the word of the day should be healing, getting yourself healed, getting yourself right, instead of, oh, I ain't loving nobody because that's a simp move, and bitch, bring me my pancakes. It's like, that's just asshole backwards. So anyways, I can't have a discussion without Jennifer in it, and she don't want to be in it because I guess she's mortified by some of the language I'm using, but we keeping it real on here, y'all. So anyways, if you like the drip, you guys, this is my solid state cool. You can see the COOL in it. It's on the website along with some hoodies and some other winter stuff. Creative1customs.com, Creative O&E Customs, Creative number 1 Customs.com. Thank you for joining us. Like, share, comment. If you want us to talk about something, you want us to visit a place, let us know down in the comments so we can go there and tell you if the food sucks or if it's good, if the experience is good or whatever. We will be visiting more places in the year of 2022. Happy New Year. Happy we made it. And catch you later.